Yeah, fair enough. A man who does think that he should get paid $1 million to play in the centres for the Raiders, or is at least a fan, is Nathan Lyon. He's on the line. How are you, Gazza?
Hey, Coach. How are you, mate?
Oh, geez, did you just wake up, did you?
I did, actually, yeah.
Hey, mate, have you seen this? Let me read a quote for you from Ben Horn in The Telegraph. If Marcus Stoinis cannot get himself fit for Australia's next big game against South Africa on Thursday, selectors should parachute Nathan Lyon into the World Cup instead. Are you paying Benny Horn, or are you on board with that thought?
No, that's the first I've seen it, but or heard about it, but I don't mind it.
I know you don't. How much do you think? Because when I watched the game the other night, and I'd be interested in your thoughts, I watched Australia play against India. The prominent finger spin and elite finger spin in the subcontinent is in my opinion, the difference between a lot of the best teams and the worst. At that tournament, Jadeja the other night was just unplayable at times. Of course, he can bat in the top 7 as well, but I think it is an area with Ashton Agar missing, and if Zorba doesn't bowl well, that's Adam Zampa. Yeah, I think we're a little exposed.
Yeah. It's a really interesting one, Coach, to be honest. I genuinely believe finger spin is probably more effective in the subcontinent, and that's in all formats of cricket. But with wrist spin, I feel like on flatter surfaces, that they may be able to make more opportunities, but it's really, for me, finger spin is a big key over there, and that's just because of the consistency, and you see what Jadeja does and the response he gets off the wickets as well.
And what did you think about that? The first game against India, obviously they beat us, and it was pretty comprehensive. After they were, Hoff had that new ball in his hand, and they were 3 for 2. After that, they really got away from us.
Yeah. Obviously, catches win matches as well, and you can't give someone like Virat Kohli a second chance. But I thought, it's probably really disappointing start from the Australian lads. But obviously, I'm backing them to turn it around on Thursday night against South Africa. But it's going to be a big ask. They're playing some really good cricket as well, especially with 3 of the blokes getting hundreds just the other night as well. So they're beaming with confidence. So I know, fingers crossed, they can turn it around quick, smart.
If called upon, Nathan, are you fit to play? Is the calf all right? Have you been bowling at all?
Yeah, I've been bowling for the last probably 6 weeks now. I've got a lot of hurdles I've got to jump through to get through. But you're asking me if I get the phone call, will I go? 100% I will go. So I'm playing grade cricket this weekend, but I strongly doubt that I'll get a phone call to head over there. So it's obviously nice to hear a lot of people's opinions and thoughts regarding myself and heading over there, but I strongly doubt that will be the case.
Well, anyone who knows you guys knows that you'd give anything to be on the ground playing for Australia, whatever the format, it doesn't matter. Talk to us about that recovery. You mentioned you're going to play grade cricket this weekend, but for those who don't know, from the time you left the Ashes to now, what's that been like?
So it's been about 13 and a half weeks since I blew my calf. So when I first got back, it's been a pretty big struggle mentally when the Ashes was still on. Obviously, never been injured before, never gone through rehab, never understood what rehab was about. But obviously, understanding that now, it's been a lot of gym sessions, a lot of calf raises, a lot of different training. But it's been good. It's allowed me to reset some goals and refresh and be excited about getting back there and playing at that level. That's something that I've definitely missed.
Yeah, what about as far as getting back into it? You mentioned grade cricket this weekend. The Blues are obviously into the start of the season. They had a Shield game last week and then a one-dayer yesterday. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, unfortunately, I wish I didn't watch it. Ended up pretty frustrated by the end of it. But, obviously the domestic season's underway. The boys had a decent Shield game. Unfortunately, they couldn't close that one out either. But I know hopefully they can learn from yesterday and the Shield, and they head down to Adelaide next week. I'm heading down to play the one-day game. After that, then straight down to Melbourne after that for the Shield game. So I know I'm pretty keen to get out there and hopefully hopefully help and contribute to get a couple of wins for New South Wales, hopefully.
And you mentioned you didn't really, in your whole career, ever have to do rehab and step back from the game. You obviously had to depart the Ashes mid-series. That would have been difficult. But you mentioned there that you had the chance to realign the goals. Tell us, you've had a magic career to this point. One of the greatest players to ever play the game for Australia, particularly in Test cricket. What are the goals from here? Because how old are you at the moment?
32.
So another 10 years, you reckon?
No, I'm 35. I don't know. I'm not putting a cap on it. You look at Jimmy Anderson. I feel like a lot of players can take a lot of confidence out of watching him do what he does for a long period of time. So I'm not putting a cap on it. Like there's a couple of things that I've said publicly that I wanted to win against India and England.
Yep.
And that's over there. So that's something that I haven't done. So I'd love to be able to do that.
Will it be more of a focus then moving forward, Nathan? Now that you've had the injury and you've gone through the process, I guess looking after your body a bit more or working a bit more on the strength and conditioning side, or is there any things that you've picked up in this recovery that you'll keep as part of your process moving forward now?
It's a good shout, mate. To be honest, I feel like I've learnt a lot about, especially calf muscles over the last 13 weeks. So I think it's something that I will need to maintain, just to really try to hopefully minimise the chance of recurrence. Obviously, there's always a chance of recurrence, but if I can keep doing the right work, then hopefully I can make sure that I can do the little things that will make a big difference.
And Gaz, I know you spend a lot of time, for those who don't know, Gaz does a lot of work with other cricketers, other types of cricket within New South Wales and Australia. You spend a lot of time giving back to the game and the younger players. Tell everyone out there, some of the younger players like a Tanveer Sangha, even Todd Murphy in the Australian environment, is the spin bowling stocks, whenever you do hang them up, are we in good hands?
It's improving daily, to be honest, mate. Something that I've really enjoyed doing is being able to work with a heap of young spinners and fall into hopefully giving the guys some belief that they can come out and perform when they get the opportunity. And the likes of Todd Murphy, Matt Kuhneman, Mitchell Swepson, when they've had their test opportunity, they've all grabbed it in different roles and different ways as well. But then you look at the young Tanveer Singh from New South Wales, I feel like his skill set is improving at a rapid rate, and he will be a superstar of Australian cricket. There's absolutely no doubt about that. So I feel like we're heading in the right direction.
There'll be a lot of Sydney Sixers fans listening here in Sydney, Nathan, who'll be shattered that you're off to the Melbourne Renegades this year, but big BBL season coming up again. You're looking forward to a new club, fresh faces, and hopefully getting some good results for the Renegades.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to the opportunity. I didn't think getting the chance to go down the Melbourne Renegades would ever come across my table. I thought I'd be a Sixer for life, but that wasn't the case when I got the phone call and they flicked me. But I'm very grateful for the opportunity from Melbourne Renegades. And you're looking at the list that the Renegades have put together with the likes of Quinton de Kock coming out. That's something that I'm excited about. I've obviously played a lot of cricket against him, but pretty keen to put the pads on next to him and see how we go as a teammate. But also you look at all my old test teammates that I'm pretty excited about being back playing with, in Sean Marsh and Pete Siddle. So it's pretty exciting, to be honest. I can't wait. And our first game's actually against the Sydney Sixers at the SCG. So that's going to be a nice one.
Oh, Gaz, I've said this to you, but I need you to wear the fluoro pink shoes for that game. It's just to really drive it home.
I think I'll be wearing some red ones, mate.
No doubt. Well, thanks for your time this morning, Gazza. Oh, I love you. You know that. And so does everyone else out there. Hope you get healthy. And if you get that call for the World Cup, I've got no doubt you'll go over there and do well. Good on you, mate.
Too easy, guys. Thank you.